What's up, guys? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. How in the world are you doing? It is Monday night. It is actually Halloween as I make this video, October 31st. Want to share some thoughts with you on the Miami Dolphins 31-27 victory on the road against the Detroit Lions. If you do like the content, this particular video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. That would be awesome. Let's get started, guys. So, a game that saw tons of offense in the first half. 31-27, it winds up. Overall, some very good individual performances. A lot of fantasy football nice numbers, right? Fantasy football friendly numbers, especially when it comes to Tyreek Hill. And for that matter, Tua. But Tyreek Hill, I mean, he's like playing out of his mind. He is on top of his game. And it's almost to the point, guys, where I think, because remember, he had that huge game when Bridgewater came in, right? The game of Skylar Thompson got injured and Bridgewater came in, and Tyreek had like a monster second half. You almost get the impression that this is not to take any credit at all away from Tua, who played fine. I mean, the guy threw for 382 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But you get the vibe that Tyreek Hill could excel in almost any system at this time. He's playing that well. Even on that ball that was underthrown down the field, Tyreek makes the adjustment, an incredible play on his part. And a big underrated guy in all this, by the way, folks, Dolphins fans out there, Raheem Mostert, because he has provided the Dolphins with a consistent running attack. Some of these games, it's not spectacular, but it's enough. He's getting them that 4.5, 5 yards to keep the defense honest, and this one he goes 14 carries, 64 yards. He's just under 5 yards a carry with that, and that's good production. Tua had a nice run there in the second half, finished with 19 yards, 5 carries. Chase Edmonds, 4 carries, 14 yards. Tyreek Hill, a carry, 7 yards, guys. And then we had Alec Ingold with the 1-yard TD. That was nice. Salvin Ahmed, carry for 2 yards. So, Dolphins running game, certainly, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's been efficient these last few weeks. And as I mentioned, Raheem Mostert, I mean, he's one of the more underrated. You talk about, this isn't a fantasy football video, guys, but Raheem Mostert, one of your more underrated running backs right now, in my humble opinion. Tyreek Hill finishes with 188 yards. Another, just completely explosive performance on 12 catches. Jaylen Waddle, 8 catches. Another big game for him, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki, a nice touchdown reception in the third quarter, 3 catches, 38 yards. Trent Sherfield would go with 2 catches, 25 yards. Braylon Sanders, 2 catches, 17 yards. Ingold, a 5-yard catch. Mostert out of the backfield, 3-yard reception. Dolphins, at times this season, through 8 games now, 5-3. There have been times, and this was one of those games where I'm saying to myself, we really should be throwing a little bit more to the running backs, especially Chase Edmonds, a good receiver, in my opinion, out of the backfield. Mostert, not that bad either at all, from what I've seen. But the Dolphins really haven't utilized that part of the offense, really. I mean, not that you have to throw to your running back, every other play or anything crazy like that, but they should be mixing it in. It would be nice to see that a little more consistently. They've done that in some games. It's one of those things, guys. Some games they've done that. Some games they've just shied away from throwing to the running backs for whatever reason. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Jared Goff. So let's discuss the Lions really quick, guys. Jared Goff was on his game. I mean, Jared Goff's a good quarterback. A lot of teams would like to have him. 321 yards and a touchdown. Jamaal Williams, good running back for the Lions, had 2 touchdown runs, 53 yards on the ground on 10 carries. So, I mean, you look at Jamaal Williams, yeah, he ran the ball effectively, and he had 2 touchdown runs. I mean, there's certainly nothing wrong with that. But when you look at his overall efficiency, it was very similar to Raheem Mostert's, really. I mean, if you look at the average for Williams was a little bit higher, but not by a lot. They both ran the ball pretty well. CJ Moore carried 3 yards. Craig Reynolds 2 for 7. DeAndre Swift not quite 100%. It appears 5 carries, that is 6 yards. Goff 1 carry, 3 yards. The tight end TJ Hockenson, very talented tight end for the Lions, would pace them in receiving with 80 yards, receiving on 3 catches. Khalif Raymond would have 76 yards on 3 catches. Amon-Ra St. Brown, very talented wide receiver for the Lions. 7 catches, 69 yards. It's a talented group of receivers and a good passing attack for the Lions. I mean, they're certainly an entertaining team. They have not won many games at all this year. I think they're still stuck on 1 win, yeah. But you know what? This is a team that at least they're fun to watch. They're putting up points. They're almost, in a way, they're kind of remind me of the Dolphins, really, in a way, because in my opinion, the Dolphins' strength is not their defense. Lions' strength certainly not their defense. They're almost like the Dolphins. It's a version of the Dolphins that don't know how to win yet. You see what I mean? Dolphins have a little bit more veteran leadership. You have Tyreek Hill. Tua is still very young, but he started now a couple of years, been starting. Swift out of the backfield is a good receiver for the Lions. DeAndre Swift, and he finished 27 yards, 5 catches, and a touchdown reception. Williams, 3 for 23 out of the backfield. See, they threw it to their running backs more, so that's 8 catches for their 2 featured running backs for the Lions. Josh Reynolds, 2 for 14. James Mitchell, a catch for 14 yards. Marcus Alexander, 1 catch, 7 yards. That's Maurice Alexander, Brock Wright had a catch for 6 yards. And Jared Goff himself was credited with a catch for 5 yards. So next up, those Chicago Bears. Yes, that team that likes to run the football right up the middle, and they like to run it to the side and around the end and all that good stuff. So the Dolphins will be, shall we say, tested by a not so bad Bears team. I mean, they are a throwback team in that they just run the football a lot more than most teams. So we will see how that one goes. Should be interesting. Nice to see the Dolphins win now their 2nd straight game. So after winning their first 3, then losing their next 3, the Dolphins have bounced back and won their next 2. Sitting at 5-3, tied with the Jets for 2nd in the division. 5-3. The Bills, of course, have only lost 1 game. I believe the Patriots, don't quote me on this one, are in the mix. This is the part, don't quote me on this one. 4-4, I believe, are the Patriots. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Once again, 31-27. We kind of figured it would be like that, right? I mean, you asked 10 fans before the game, Lions-Dolphins, what kind of game will this be? I can almost predict that about 8 out of 10 random Dolphin or Lion fans would have said this game would have been somewhere around 31-27. A lot of scoring, a lot of offense, and most would have probably said the Dolphins would have won it. So this did play out rather predictably, I will say. So let me know what you think, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.